Did you start live?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. We are back in the building today as students are picking up report cards and belongings today and getting some meals. So if you can stop by before noon, please do. Today I have a very special story I want to share with you. And I'm going to start by reading a little bit of what the author wrote about the story. So we're going to be reading The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander. And I want to read what the author says about this story that has won so many awards. He says, "This is for the unforgettable, the unafraid, the undefeated. This is a love letter to America, to Black America, to the grit, passion, and perseverance of the greatest artists, athletes, and activists, to the dreamers, to the strength and bravery of everyday people caught in the web of history." With reference to lyrics and lines given by our most celebrated heroes, this poem digs into the not-so-distant past to underline the endurance and spirit of those surviving and thriving in the present. So I'm so excited to share this story with you, my friends. Again, this is The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander, illustrated by Kadir Nelson. This is for the unforgettable, the swift and sweet ones who hurdled history and opened a world of possible. Who survived America by any means necessary. And the ones who didn't. This is for the undeniable, the ones who scored with brains on one hand and faith in the other. And we know, boys and girls, how important it is to have faith and faith in God. So we get to teach that at our school. This is for the unflappable, the sophisticated ones who box adversity and tackle vision. And these are all one as you move through your education here, but really these are skills everyone needs. We need to be ready to tackle adversity and be strong and show grit. Who shine their light for the world to see and don't stop till the break of dawn. Look at all those beautiful people. This is for the unafraid, the audacious ones who carried the red, white, and weary blues onto the battlefield to save an imperfect union. The righteous ones marching who sang, "We shall not be moved because Black lives matter." This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unspeakable. This is for the unlimited, unstoppable ones, the dreamers and doers who swim across the big sea of our imagination and show us the majestic shores of the promised land. You see Dr. King? The Wilma Rudolphs, the Muhammad Alis, the Althea Gibsons, the Jesse Owenses, the Jordans and the LeBrons, the Serenas and the Cheryls, the Reese Whitleys, and the undiscovered. Those undiscovered could be you, boys and girls. This is for the unbelievable, the real cool ones. This is for the unbending, the black as night as beautiful ones. Look at all of those beautiful people again. I tell you, the artwork in this story is amazing. This is for the underdogs and the uncertain, the unspoken, but no longer untitled. This is for the undefeated. This is for you, and for you, and for you, and this is for us. And as I think about my friends who are watching, this is for you, Aaliyah, and for Donovan, and Tristan, and Dorian, and all my friends who are watching today. This is for you. And one of the things that I found when I was reading this story and was very moved by it was they talked a lot about dreams. So today, our craft, we are going to make dream catchers because we know all of you were made for greatness. And we're going to make dream catchers to help you catch those dreams as you make your way to greatness. So let's get started. I want to thank Ms. Zukowski as my wonderful filmer today. But we are going to make our dream catchers. And it's very simple what we're going to need to do it. We're going to start with just a plain old paper plate. I have some yarn, and on this one I'm going to use red. When I was at home, I had this string that's kind of different shades of blue and purple. Very pretty, but I kind of like the thicker yarn, so I'm going to use that today. I grabbed some magic markers in the building and a pair of scissors. The very first thing I'm going to do, boys and girls, and if you should have an adult with you as you're working with scissors or have them do this part. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to cut this center portion out so that I have a nice empty part in the center, almost like we're making a wreath. And I'm going to cut that out. You can see I have this sort of circle. It's not perfect, and that's okay. And I didn't, believe it or not, boys and girls, we could not find a hole puncher in this entire building today. I don't know how that is, but we had to improvise, and I'm using a compass. Your grown-ups can help you with scissors or something else to poke the holes. But I poked a hole at the top because that's how we're going to hang it. And then I'm going to poke 5 holes around my circle. And I'm going to make sure it's going to come out between my fingers so I don't hurt myself. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 holes. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is about catching your dreams and whatever matters to you. What I'm going to do is a little coloring. And I just picked some colors I could have. They're colors I like. You should pick colors you like. And what I thought I'd do on this one is I'm going to just hold them like this. And I am going to, Mrs. House is going to get, I'm going to just make some pretty dots all the way around my paper plate. I'm going to spin it so I get pink in different places and get all the colors in all different spots. All right, so I just decorated that very quickly. You can certainly take your time and color it however you would like. This is where your creativity comes in. So I would take the time to do it exactly how you would like with the colors you love. The next thing I'm going to do is, this might work, cut a piece of string. The other thing we need is tape, and if we don't have any, it's okay. We can work without it. I am going to, I have to find where the top is, boys and girls, because I hit it with my, oh, there it is. I'm going to come in the back into one of my holes, and I need to make my hole a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm going to pull my string through. And what I would do right here is tape this piece down. I'm just going to hold it. And then I'm going to just thread through the other holes. And as I hold it, I have to find the holes. I do need to make them a little bit bigger. So make sure you can see your holes and they're big enough for you to get your string through. And I'm going to take the end. Sometimes you might need to push it through with your little tool, and that works too. You need a piece of yarn. And it is sometimes tricky, friends, but we're going to stick with it because we know it's important to keep working. So I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm going to find another hole. I'm going to kind of go across, pick another hole, and pull it through. Oops, I have to come in the back, boys and girls. Silly me. That's okay. Come in the back. And one of the things I liked when I was doing this is it really works on those fine motor skills that all of us can work on. We work with cutting and writing. These are all very important skills. You can see because I didn't tape it, my yarn's falling out. So you are going to weave it through, on and on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do a quick tie here so we don't do that again. And I'm going to keep running my yarn through the holes. And the fun thing is it looks really, really pretty as we start to move through it. And depending on where you put your holes, sometimes it looks like a star, sometimes it looks like a web. But what it is we just need to have something that's going to catch and hold our dreams for us so we never forget that we can achieve the things we set our minds to. And as we tell you at our school all the time, you are made for greatness, and we're going to help you remember that and build the skills you need to be made for greatness. You can see I'm starting to get a star here. And what I want to show you, and then what you would do is I would continue that a little bit more, but I have a loop up the top. And what I would do with that is I tie my little rope here. So I have this, and I'm going to feed it right through my hole on the top. I might need to make it a little bigger just so we can fit it. And this is how we're going to dream catcher in our rooms, or just loop it. And then you'll be able to hang strings down and put feathers on it. And I'm going to show you one that I have that's all I worked on at home, so I had a little more. I just picked some colors. I made some stripes, some silver, put some string in it, and then today I added some feathers because I